Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. I promise to be dedicated to always give you my best at all times. I will be honest, patient, kind, and forgiving. I promise to try to be on time. I promise to teach as much as I've been taught. The 505 is a special boat. 2 people, single trap, double poles, symmetrical kite with enough controls led to one part of the boat to adjust anything at any time, between or during racing. Here's a closer look. The 2 meatballs on top of this boat are myself and Brian Richardson, the event manager for the SAP International 505 World Championship 2017.
Okay, and how long have you been racing?
I got my first 505 probably 11 years ago.
And is this your first World Championship?
This is my first World Championship. My good partner Jesse Belson and I over there are the two big organizers for the regatta, along with an army of volunteers and other leaders from SSA and EYC. This is something we've been working on for a very long time. We were ecstatic, and fortunately we had a lot of lead time, and so we were able to host 3 big regattas beforehand, and got a lot of the kinks worked out. And I think it's been a wonderful experience. It's been a dream come true.
With the lot cleared at the Severn Sailing Association and the deck and lounge built at the neighboring Eastport Yacht Club, the fence between these 2 world-class sailing associations was removed for the 2nd time in history.
It is an incredible honor to be hosting this event with Severn Sailing Association, and it goes into a long line of major events that the 2 clubs do together. These are my favorite because the fence comes down between the 2 clubs. In my opinion, it should stay down forever.
Hold on, guys, hold on.
87 boats from 12 countries were welcomed to Annapolis, Maryland, along with representatives from U.S. Sailing, the International 505 class, and our instrumental title sponsor, SAP.
I officially declare the SAP International 505 World Championship Ortsapft, means open in Munich. Ortsapft.
Who, with both tracking by TrackTrack and coverage by Sail Tracks, brought high-powered software analytics to the race area. In 4 knots of wind, this was essential to debrief boat speed, sides of the racetrack, and how to improve over the course of the week, with a myriad of trophies on the line, including first all-female crew. Longtime 505er Angela Stenger and Olympian Nicola Bergner from Germany started strong by besting the fleet on Tuesday, becoming the first all-female team to win a race at a world championship.
So because we're sailing for a very long time 505s, and of course we have to go to every world, so also we were very happy to come here.
We love to sail the 505 boat because it's fast, there's lots of technical things in it.
It's very challenging sometimes.
And in the end, the most important thing is always that the fleet is so nice. We've got such a group of nice people joining us in every regatta, and that makes it.
Yeah. In addition to debriefs, daily awards, and being where the beer was, the lounge also hosted the annual general meeting to discuss the health of the class, electing people to vacant roles, and voting on the location of the 2020 Worlds, which was between Bermuda and Sweden. We didn't only see light air, it was a be careful what you wish for kind of day on Thursday, with gusts over 20 knots.
I've been sailing 5Os for quite a while. To be good in this class, I think you need to be a very good sailor, you need to be physically fit, you need to have a good awareness of the technical aspects of the boat, and you need to do lots and lots and lots of practice.
Our last World Championship is 32 years ago, so many is different now. So maybe at first we learn many things here.
I think to be a good 505 sailor you have to have patience and stick with it and listen to all the things that people tell you and learn from it.
and just when you think you're hanging with the front of the pack, they've gotten faster while you were showing patience. So then you need more patience than you had before.
And you need a partner who's...
You need to sail with someone consistent.
You need the same crew or helm for 3 years.
I think you have to be a good boat handler, because if you're not, you can get into trouble very quickly.
You really have to put in the hours. You have to love it, otherwise you won't enjoy putting in the work you need to do.
And you have to love sailing and the excitement of a fast boat and on the edge of disaster sometimes.
Obviously there's, you have to know all the settings, which can be tricky considering how many different sets of sails there are.
I think once you get the spinnaker up and start planing downwind, that's my favourite part.
In the end, Earl Alexander was top master, being over 55. AJ Conrads and Richard Mundell took home top mixed team. Stenger and Berkner took first all-female and 10th overall.
These are the two daughters I referred to.
Kai Bertolot and Jan Refferscheit were the top youth team, under 30, and 7th overall. And the overall winners added a third World Championship title to their crown of jewels in the same vessel.
For both Carl and I is about the people, and coming out and seeing you every year and racing against you. You're all fantastic. We wouldn't be motivated to do this if you weren't all such great sailors, great people, and just phenomenal friends. So you know, as competitors, you're the best. Definitely the best.
In sickness and in health, from the top or the bottom of the fleet, the sport has me hooked forever. Till death do us part.
great class for people who want to tinker and build and do a little bit of modifying, and at the same time it's the smallest boat on the water, but it's one of the fastest boats as well. The boats are small and you're up on this beach afterwards. You can talk with all your buddies and talk about what worked and what didn't work and race hard on the water and rip around the buoys. Upwind, these things are going 18, 19 miles an hour, and downwind 25 plus miles an hour. So it's exciting. It's a lot like racing go-karts, but on the water.
It's kind of like nothing else in sailing because it gets really smooth and quiet. A lot of boats, when you go fast, there's spray everywhere. It gets really loud. But the Moth, as it kind of starts to rise up, like everything just going quiet is, I think, the most unique part.
The more people see us sailing amongst normal fleets, the more people get interested in doing it. The NACRA's 17's obviously gone that way, the ACATs have gone that way, and people are doing fun things with lasers, putting foils on them, and I think it's good for sailing. It's something to make it a little bit more interesting because it's hard to televise and get people interested in it because it's generally not a great spectator sport, so kind of more action with the foils, people crashing off the foils and close, fast racing.
The Moths are configured much like an airplane with the main foil in the front and horizontal stabilizer in the rear. And we have this wand system on the front connected with gearing. So as this wand moves back and forth on the surface of the water, it's connected to this flap. And it regulates the ride height or the flight height above the surface of the water.
Buy a Moth, buy one, just do it. You won't regret it. Come down and learn in San Diego and get some good weather and some good wind and hang out with some good guys.
Regardless of what the America's Cup folks do in the future, the foiling is here to stay.
Where are you taking me? I enter your cage. You stand there, wise. Awake, I release you from your bonds. Look at me, I'm your guardian. I control you. You resist. I keep trying. I insist. I know you. I tame you. I draw you. You pose. Beast, wake up. Freak out. Show me. Find your rage. Become wild. I surrender. Are you with me? Where are you taking me?
Jim. It's okay. Slowly. Nice and slow. Watch it. Come big. Low. Big low. Hang on. I'm tight to get Marco. Big cut on wrapping. I got the knot in the system there on the main sheet. Watch it here. Yep. Yep. Touch there. Right here, Jack. Start running. 4 seconds. Breathe on now. It's gonna go soft here pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah, just run down. Just run it. Oh, that's it. You right?
Yeah. Blew my trapeze harness apart.
Yeah.
Oh. Blew my trapeze harness apart.
Oh, I'll get some more down.
I mean, we're down the bottom of the harbour now. Oh, nice work there, gentlemen.
He will always be in sight of us with his AIS deployed.
If you could imagine taking a cheese wire and then cutting it from the top of the finger down to about there.
Watch me burst out into color. Watch me burst out into color. Gonna break out in the sky. Wanna live my life and shine so bright. See me dance like a firefly. Watch me burst out into color. Gonna break out in the sky. Wanna live my life and shine so bright. See me dance like
This one's been really tough. One, because as you said, it was the longest leg ever. And two, because we got the full spectrum of everything. So we had a lot of heavy winds, we had a lot of light winds, we had a lot of heavy downwind. So we had a lot of everything that we had to sort of deal with.
Watch me burst out into
It's been an incredibly exciting race. Actually the longest individual race of Clipper race history, approximately 6,400 miles. Great racing, super competitive. We actually had the first 9 boats finish within 21 hours of each other after such a long race.
Been digging in really hard when the boat's, you know, tipping over and everything's flying everywhere, but everyone has just really gritted their teeth and got stuck in. We've had a laugh on the way, we've had such a blast, and hope, you know, the reward is just incredible. Just to come here and win it is just a dream come true.
Et 31. J'ai fait un petit planté et là c'est parti pour